Originally, we were told that there were 2 suspects in this case, but now we're learning there was actually 3 men involved at the robbery at this convenience store. You know, the damage out here is extremely extensive. The flames this morning were higher than this tree. Well, the Montgomery ISD football stadium is going to look very similar to the way it does now come Friday at 7:30. Empty. Harris County deputies tell us that they detained a juvenile here on the scene this morning that they believe could be the suspect. Let's just say worst case, the Astros have to play 4 games at home before they win the World Series. We just spoke to someone who was at the party, and he estimated that there were more than 100 people. But we're told those 2 men were out on the side of the road because they had just been in a fender bender and they were trying to exchange information. So we're in Beaumont right now, but we were in Port Neches a little bit earlier, and there's a dark haze over the city. It looks like it's going to rain, but when you look a little bit closer, you realize it's actually just smoke. Surprisingly, there are quite a few people still driving around just a couple of miles from the plant because although there is a mandatory evacuation order, people are not being kept from their homes. It started their Thanksgiving weekend away from home earlier than anticipated.
Yeah, I got here about a day before I needed to, but we're happy to be with family.
Jared Hall and his roommate now in line with family to spend the holidays at Luby's. They live 1.7 miles from the TPC plant that has been on fire since 1 o'clock Wednesday morning. Surveillance captured the explosion.
Just kind of saw the orange ball kind of go into the air. I immediately got kind of freaked out, thought that maybe something had caught on fire.
Since then, officials have said that butadiene, a known carcinogen, is burning and it will likely take days to put out. Hall packed his essentials and left his home when the evacuation order was put in place, not knowing when he'll be able to go back.
We always kind of imagine that it's a possibility, but it's never happened before, so definitely a scary event for sure.
In about 30 minutes, officials are going to be giving the media an update about this ongoing fire, and we'll bring you the latest at 4 o'clock. Live in Beaumont, Mycah Hatfield, ABC 13 Eyewitness News. This week, everything came full circle for Rome Schubert. He says after he was shot here at Santa Fe High School and found out that he was okay, the first thing that crossed his mind was that he would be able to be back out on the baseball field. Now, next year, he's going to be taking the field for the University of Houston. When we first met Rome Schubert in May of 2018, he was holding a baseball.
Makes me feel like more comfortable when I'm holding that baseball.
Hours after being shot in the head at his high school.
And that initial thought when I was told that it was there, it was just like, that's it. I didn't think I was ever going to play again because I thought that was going to be the end.
But instead, he heard from doctors that he was going to be fine. 2 weeks later, and Schubert was back on the field. Fast forward a year and a half, and the Santa Fe High School senior signed his letter of intent to play baseball for the University of Houston.
Signed that paper, and that's kind of making your dream come true.
Putting on that University of Houston uniform, yet another dream for the pitcher.
That's how I stand on the mound. I liked that one a lot.
An inch difference in that bullet, and Schubert's story could have ended much differently.
Shows me that, I mean, God's got a bigger plan for me in life, and that he definitely wants to push me on and can let me continue my dream.
When he gets to U of H to start his journey as a Cougar, Schubert tells me that he doesn't want to be identified as the player who survived the Santa Fe shooting. Coming up at 6:30, hear him explain why. In Santa Fe, Mycah Hatfield, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.